Hi everybody and welcome to the Week in Tech. As you can see, I have a guest that we've been very much wanting to come in for some time ever since his bold move to acquire Friendster last week actually, and I think possibly one of the few times that I actually see a Malaysian company featured on TechCrunch.com, which I read religiously weekly. So with me is Ganesh Kumar Banga, which is the CEO of MOL Global. Hi.
Hi. Hi.
Welcome to the studio.
Thanks. It's not been that long ago. It's only 1 week.
Oh, is it? I felt like 2 weeks. I'm sorry. How has the year treated you so far?
Okay, pretty good. Been busy actually the last quarter of the year.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah.
We're completing the acquisition. Yeah. So.
So
busy but good.
Right. Yeah. That's good. As a recap, I think MOL Global acquired Friendster for US $39.5 million. Was it last week? And I think currently they're now going into the details of the acquisition right now. And Ganesh, tell us the background to this whole affair, because I understand that Friendster has actually been shopping around for an Asian buyer for some time because their foothold is here in Asia. And how have you always been looking for a social platform to leverage on with MOL Global, or was it just a sequence of happy events that led to this?
So first of all, I know TechCrunch reported that the acquisition price was $39.5 million US dollars, but because of certain disclosure statements, I can't confirm it.
All right. Okay.
So I can't confirm those numbers, but in terms of whether we've been looking for a social media platform for quite some time. So what actually happened was about 2.5 years ago, a large internet company actually came to Malaysia and started looking around, or came to Asia, or rather looked at Asia and started looking for companies that they could monetize their traffic.
Right.
And MOL has had a very good track record in fact, on monetization. I think if not one of the best in the world, where people pay $30 to $40 US a month to play our online games.
Right. That's a good business.
Yeah, so the average revenue per paying user is 3 times more than mobile. Right? Don't even talk about internet, right? Mobile prepaid revenue is about 30 to 40 ringgit.
Right.
We are at about 150 ringgit. Yeah, so it's 3.5 to 4 times mobile prepaid revenue.
Right.
Put aside even internet member revenue, which is of course much lower, right, for an average internet site. So they actually were looking at acquiring us, but the deal didn't go through because we felt at that time we were just largely in Malaysia, so we felt that it was a bit too early for us to sell MOL at the time. And it's just so coincidental that the last time I went to the Silicon Valley was 2.5 years ago, when that company wanted to acquire our company. The next time I went to the Valley was when I acquired a Friendster, a company in the Valley. So after that deal didn't go through, we went around and looked at which are the high traffic sites in the region, and we found Friendster at that time. In fact, 2 years ago, actually, Friendster was in fact number 1 and number 2.
Yeah, they were.
Next to the site, at that time, they were the top site in Southeast Asia. So I sent them an email and said, are you willing to look at a partnership, or are you willing to look at investment? So I sent an email to the venture capitalists and to some of them, but they thought Malaysian company, why is this guy emailing me? And they never responded.
All right, that was 2.5 years ago.
About 2 years ago.
2 years ago, right?
So I kept on it. I didn't give up. So later on, when they had PR events here and they started a bit more focus into Asia, so I always send my business development team to wherever they are to meet their PR people to tell them, we should do something, at least on a commercial arrangement. And shortly after that, they announced a deal with IDG Ventures, where IDG invested. And shortly after that, Richard Kimber came in. So I have friends in IDG. So they arranged a dinner meeting with Richard, and we talked. And we said, maybe we can do a commercial deal with Friendster. So we went ahead with a commercial deal, which took quite a bit of time to seal. That was announced in October.
That was the Friendster wallet, right? It's an integrated payment system for all your games and virtual goods on Friendster.
So while we were integrating the technical relationship, so the shareholders of of Friendster, and the shareholders are basically very reputable venture capitalists.
Yes, yes.
In the US, Kleiner Perkins and DAG. So their funds, in particular the funds that invested in Friendster, were close to the end of their lifetime. So that's why they made a decision to appoint Morgan Stanley to make a sale. I think that was quite well published.
Right.
So Morgan Stanley actually went around to look at Asian suitors. I heard that they talked to telcos, they talked to some of the big China internet players, which was also reported. But they found, I think, us to be one of the better suitors.
Right.
So it was a competitive bid. It's not that we bid a very high price and got it because we put a very high price. I think it was a competitive bid, which was suitable for both parties, right? And we went through a process, right?
Right.
We went through a 3-month process.
Right. Yeah.
It's not like they went to one party and they asked the party and the party said they're not interested. They go to the next party and they go to the next party and end up with MOL.
Yeah, because I'm sure the shareholders want to make sure that they sell.
So it wasn't. It was actually a very competitive bid. They gave 1 month, for example, for you to put a non-binding bid, so they could verify. Then another month to do a binding bid. Another month to do. It was quite a short time frame, and maybe it was a bit of skill, a bit of luck for us and a good fit for us to win the bid.
Right.
Which makes it even more better, because when you win a bid, it's a lot sweeter than knowing that you won something without competition.
Yeah. Close deals, yeah.
Yeah.
But you said you met Richard like 2 years ago.
No, about one and a half. 1 year
so
ago,
that
1 year.
1.5 years when you were talking about partnership, did it cross your mind that you would want to, to take take equity or buy at that point, or? It was just, or is it just when the deal came on the table?
I mean, whenever you do a commercial relationship between any two companies, I mean, one of the things at the back of our mind as a CEO is always, could there be more than a commercial relationship in it? And really, the best corporate relationships, the best acquisition, the best mergers actually happen when there already is a commercial relationship.
Right.
Because then you know the other party better, you know more about the other party, and you're willing to take more risks. Because if you don't know the other party completely, then when you want to do due diligence, you've got to do a lot more work. And that was one of the reasons why we managed to complete our due diligence in a very short time frame, because we knew this company.
Right.
We knew the people in the company, we knew their strengths, we knew their weaknesses as well. And every company has a strength and weakness. Right. So with that in mind, we decided to proceed with the acquisition.
What are its strengths and weaknesses?
Friendster, of course, its main strengths are its community in Asia.
Right.
It still has a very large registered member base. It has, I would say, I put the strengths into 3 main components.
Right.
The brand, which is well known both in the Valley and in Asia. The community, it still has a lot of registered members. Its active members are still, about 20 million that access it at least once a month. And the third is, of course, its technology. Of course, being in the Valley, they have the technology, in particular the patents. I think the patents also has been widely reported as well. So these are the 3 main strengths that Friendster has. All right. In terms of its weaknesses, I would say, of course, they've got very strong competition. It's no secret.
Yeah.
Right?
Facebook and MySpace, yeah.
Yeah, more Facebook. In fact, even MySpace is getting hit quite badly by Facebook.
Right.
So I wouldn't say MySpace is Friendster's, has been hitting Friendster in Asia. MySpace did affect Friendster in the US during the early days, but even MySpace has come out publicly and said they're not competing directly with Facebook. So they themselves have said, they're not coming out competing directly with Facebook. We ourselves are not competing with Facebook, or do not want to compete in the future directly with Facebook, like finding our own niche. And really, that's where I believe the future of social networking